Hello, we are the Damsels Game. The Damsels are three lady gamers who like to play games and then we talk about them. We played Destiny 2 and we are ready to talk about it. Also, do you ever think about that game that you just can't get enough of and then it changes on you? And then it kind of breaks your heart a little and then your soul dies a little and then you can't get your freaking seeds left! Okay, anyway, thanks so much for listening. This week, the Damsels Game is sponsored by Seeds, because just like spider silk, you can't make it. And even if you can, there's no guarantee that you're going to get them back. Monsanto. And the Damsels Game is recorded live on Sunday, whatever this... What's today?
It's Saturday.
April. Saturday? Whatever.
April 2nd. It is still April 2nd
Sunday
for
for me.
everybody here.
It's Sunday.
Oh, right. You're in a different time zone. Sorry.
It's Sunday.
Those of us in the real time
April
zone,
3rd.
it's April 2nd.
April 3rd. Okay, moving on. This is our 164th show. If you want to listen to more shows, she's writing it in the show notes so that it has to go in its stone this April 2nd.
Did I write?
What a brat. Okay.
But what did I write?
You wrote April 3rd.
There you go.
Anyway, go to our YouTube channel. We are the Damsels Game on YouTube. Super easy to find. Also linked in the show notes on our website, damselsofddo.com. And you can follow us right here live on Twitch, twitch.tv/thedamselsgame.
Twitch.
Our latest episode, I think, was a quest a day. The congrats to Saba
It was.
for her 200th. Which twitch.tv/thedamselsgame. This one, the one that we're on right now. What are you confused about, Myth? I'm gonna come to California, wring your goddamn neck.
She
I'm
does
not
this on
confused about anything.
She is, and she does it on purpose so she gets a visit.
Oh, that's what it is. She wants her bags. I got them.
I
In a
was going to
box.
ask that later.
Well, I have a story. Ask me about that later. I have a story that goes with it. But you can also follow our podcast. We are hosted by Buzzsprout, buzzsprout.com, and Spotify. Anyway.
You can say Spotify.
That's
You know, I'm not coming to Houston to visit you. Beat up you. So.
She's gonna make me get us off of there. Log into this right now. All right, well then let's go into videos and comments to videos.
Hey, Draggerty, how's it going? He
Draggerty!
said peeps. Because we just had Easter. No peeps. Easter. Alright, so since the last time, I finished up the Veil and did those Creeping Death and To Curse the Sky quests. And then I went to Reaver's Refuge, which was a horrible, horrible failure. Then I went to Inspired Quarter and did those quests. And I apologize because there was no game sound in the Inspired Quarter. And thanks to John Blackstar for letting me know about that. And then for the rest of the Inspired Quarter, after he told me about it, I did have in-game sound. And he was really nice and said it doesn't matter that we have in-game sound or not. It's me he wants to hear. I don't think everybody
What?
Yes.
What?
All right, and then two comments that I'm going to talk about. In Reclaiming Memories, there's a Dreamweaver. There are a bunch of Dreamweavers in there. And Britai Beerloaf said I should sing Dreamweaver. And he even had the lyrics in the comments. And since then, I haven't had Dreamweaver out of my head. All these quests, you start singing songs in your head, right?
Of course, yeah.
And I said, I'm not the singing damsel. That would be Lessa.
Yeah.
And he said I could be the singing damsel.
You could
but no,
be.
There's only one singing damsel, right?
I'm pretty
Everybody has
sure
a
we're
part.
all singing at some point.
But. And then in Monastery of the Scorpion, Modside Network says pet scorpions are a nice concept. And there used to be in the DDO market a starter pack for $9.99. There were other things in it, but one of the things was a scorpion that you could get. And I'm not sure if it's still available, but you used to be able to get it. I tried to hit a link. I think I have a pet scorpion. But
You
I'm
think
not
you
sure.
have a pet scorpion, you're
I
not
do.
real. The jury's out.
Yes. Yep. All right. So those are the two comments I checked out. Fierce Fred wants to know if Draggerty is Canadian.
I need to know, too. Just curious. I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah. Get away from that Canadian kick there, Fierce Fred.
Step away, Fred. Step away. Step away slowly.
All right. I think we're going to go straight into news, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, Game Informer had a really good editor's note. The bigger the game, the fewer others we play. So the game developer in the editor's note. Developers don't want you to put their games down. They want you to get really involved in the game. And like games like Lost Ark and WoW have earned their title of forever games. I'm not sure about Lost Ark. That's pretty new. But they bring out downloadable content after downloadable content because they want you to continue playing the game and don't want you to go to other games, right? So this editor says you're getting more bang for your buck, and that's great, and wants to know, should you just stick with and I'm thinking games like you two play, Far Cry, right? Should you stick to the critical path and reduce your time commitment, or do you go off to the side content so you're experiencing more of the game? And then if you put 100+ hours into your game and then put that game down for a little while and go to another game, can you really go right back into the game that you were playing?
No.
Or do you waste all the time you've been playing into that game by going to another game, by starting over again? You know what I mean?
Yikes. It's pretty involved.
Yes.
Like, I haven't picked up Far Cry 6 for a hot minute because I was doing other things.
Yeah, so do you lose your focus on that one and go, oh, I don't remember what I was doing?
I don't remember, for example, H is for holster. There's that.
And so do you go back to a different place in time in that game?
No.
So you can
No, you
remember?
just go in and try to remember it all. What game was it? I think it was Ark, right before Christmas, right before their Raptor Claws event. Me and Myth went in there and we're like, we don't remember how to play this game. We had to do a little mini crack tutorial. Didn't take long. It all eventually came back.
Refresh.
Yeah, we had a little reboot.
Well, Ark's one of those games that they just want to suck you into.
Yes.
Like a forever game.
Yes. Yes, it is definitely a forever game. One does not simply play other games while you're playing Ark. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it either. Because it's like, if we ever go back to Remnant, we're not going to remember what we were doing.
Yeah, we're going to have to go back to the noob area and just kind of do like a little mini dodge, roll, shoot, all of that. So that we can remind ourselves how to play, and then we can go back to the more difficult region that we were in.
So realistically, how many games like Remnant can you play at one time? How many single-player games like, I don't know.
You mean how many games can I play at one time and still function as an adult? One. If I want to just shut away and ignore everyone, and if it's a game like Remnant, maybe 2 or 3 at the most. What about you?
Yeah, I would say. So I can do a Satisfactory or a Scrap Mechanic by myself. But not real games. I mean...
Not a real game.
I mean, no
I'm
real
pretty
games.
sure those are real games.
Those are real games, but you can go into it and, spend an hour or two and then pop back out of it and not take up your whole life, right?
Yeah.
But you can't get into it like a Guild Wars
Like like Minecraft or something. You go into Minecraft and let's say, like me, I'm working on the world's longest railroad. I can go work a little bit on my railroad and then leave.
Right.
And come back later.
Right. It might take up your head space while you're washing the dishes or something that, oh, I want to do this next, right?
But it doesn't run my life.
Correct. What do you think, Myth?
I agree with what you guys are saying. I pretty much covered it.
But if you play a game like the new one we're going to talk about, Destiny 2, you got to keep at it.
Yeah. It's
you're
got some
gonna
perishable
lose
skills
yourself.
in it. Yeah.
Well, there's a progression, and if you stop, then you forget where you were and what was going on.
All right, so
It's hard to remember, and some of those games, it's hard to. Some of them you can't go like backwards to catch up. It's like how do you remember where you are if you can't back up to see what you're supposed to be doing?
So Elder Scrolls is coming out, and I was going to talk about this later. But I'll do it right now. They're coming out with the new High Isle chapter on June 6th. Now, if you play that game by yourself, you don't have to be up to date with the new chapter. I mean, they just came out with one in March. You don't have to do the March one right now if you play with a small group or by yourself. You could be behind on that and then do that at your leisure and take your time and do everything, right? Or just like in DDO, you don't have to have the latest, greatest content right now. Just do it at your pace. But there are other things you want to do it right now, right? Does that make sense?
Other things in other games?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I'm not up to date on Guild Wars 2. I am very much behind the curve on that one.
Yeah, they've made some changes even since we backed off playing. So if I went in to Guild Wars 2 and I wanted to just play, I would go and start filling in hearts in lower level areas that I hadn't completed yet in different areas of the map, just to remind myself how to play and what to do. Because it's like anything else, perishable skill, right?
Yeah.
And I can't play every game all the time. I just can't.
I don't think I'm ever on the curve in any game.
You're not even on the curve in DDO?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not. I don't play it enough. Well, my characters are just too far behind.
Are we in news right now?
We are in.
Okay, yeah.
News.
I was like, wait a minute. It feels like news.
All right. There was a poll in Game Informer too. Which visual aspect do you prioritize the most? And they had 3 responses: frame rate, graphical quality, or resolution. So which one do you guys? So frame rate's not that. I mean, it's important.
It is important. I don't think about it much.
Nope.
I think about graphical quality.
I mean, you don't want a crappy resolution like 1920.
I do think about that, but
I don't think it's more
I
important.
usually don't have to think about it very much.
Yeah.
I usually only think about it when I end up loading some old game, and it's like.
So we're not shooters, so frame rate's not that important. I mean, we do play shooters.
Yeah.
But our frame rate is fine. So I guess we're not competitive shooters. How's that?
Yeah, I don't
go
really
PvP.
do PvP. Is really not my thing. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So frame rate's not that important. But as you can see, frame rate was 63% of people said that's the most important thing to them. Graphical quality was only 23%, which is higher for us, I would imagine, than frame rate. And resolution was only 8%. And as you can see, that only adds up to 94. So what happened to the other 6?
Yeah, it's unknown.
Question.
It's unknown.
Unknown. All right, and so we're gonna talk about Destiny 2 because that's what we did in Let's Play this week.
Destiny 2.
So it's one of those games where we did a little tutorial.
Mm-hmm. And then we got together relatively quickly compared to other games.
And the funny thing is, I looked online to see how we got together, and it was nothing like everything online told us how to get together. Because it said we had to do blah, 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 blah to get together, and that wasn't true. Myth went in and said, hey, let's see if I can join up, and it was how it said for her to do it, and it was really easy.
Yeah, it was super easy.
So, Myth, if you'll explain how to do it, and people listen to what Myth says, not how it told me we had to talk to somebody over on this, go through space, get to this area, and it wasn't like that.
Now, yeah, banking on my memory. Well, at first, a thing popped up in my lower left hand of my monitor. That's something about friends, I think.
Because you got to have them.
And I clicked on it. But if you open up the tab key up at the top, there's a list of things going across the top, and up there you can click on it's like friends or something.
When I did it, it was the tab, I think, and when I did it, you and Les were there, and I either right clicked or clicked Les's name, and it said join her game.
Right click, and you can choose from a whole bunch of things, and it's either invite, join, and then I think there's things like, you can kick people out and ban and things like that. Hush them up, stuff like that.
Hush them up. You hush up.
But the important was you can invite them to your clan, fire team, I think. Or you can join them, and those 2 choices.
So we joined Lessa.
Yeah, you guys joined me.
First I invited Lessa, and the invite goes past pretty quickly, and she missed the invite. So then I went in and just joined her.
And once we joined up, it was a lot of fun.
It was.
Moving around is easy.
Yeah. Gameplay is really easy and fun and easy to learn. The weapons, you get upgraded pretty decently, and they're not bad weapons. It's not like I don't know. They're fun, I guess. And then
No, the weapons are nice.
yeah,
And Lessa was a paladin.
yeah. Whatever their a titan, I think. Whatever their equivalent of a paladin is.
And I'm an
That was
assassin.
me. Yeah.
And Myth is, of course.
I'm a wizard, but
You're a
Honestly-
wizard, Harry.
I can't say that I feel like a caster. I don't feel like a caster.
Well, it's in.
Yeah, I haven't seen you
Destiny
doing
2
a lot
world.
of casting, but
I have some kind of electric ball thingy that I throw. It's okay. You don't really have a choice of what you can cast, and
Well,
that's
you
about
have
it.
a-
Mostly
you
I
have
shoot a
power.
gun.
and it's not like you can just do it, right? You have to have energy.
Right, it's not like I have
Built up.
mana or anything. It's just I build up a special power thing, like you build up yours. Everybody seems to have a special power, so it's not like I don't feel like I'm a caster. It's just a superpower thing. Like everybody has that.
You can tell Myth wants to be special.
Yeah, she wants to be powerful and special.
Well,
And
I
that's
mean,
okay.
if I'm a caster, I should have mana and I should have spells and the choice of spells.
It doesn't
But
say you're a
shoot
caster. It
guns.
says you're a wizard.
But what's the difference? I don't know.
I'm a warlock. A wizard.
Oh.
Wizard, yeah. Well, I'm a wizard. I'm supposed to be a spellcaster. What do you mean?
No, in Destiny 2 world, that doesn't mean that. It means something.
Apparently, it means that you're
Well,
just a
that's-
dude.
That's a mislead.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. I like to shoot guns, so I'm fine with that.
So we give it thumbs up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a great game. Am I gonna go and play it forever and ever? No.
But it's
The-
free on Steam.
Yeah, but it's free and it's
Yeah.
fun. So absolutely would recommend it for somebody who's looking for a new game on a budget.
Great.
it's free.
game.
It's free. You can't beat that.
Yep.
Free and fun.
And right now, if you want to do more downloadable content, Steam is having the 20% off sale.
For everything or for Destiny 2?
Destiny 2. All right, so I already talked about Elder Scrolls and the High Isle chapter. So just a reminder that until April 4th, which is tomorrow for Lessa, if you do the pre-order for the High Isle chapter that's coming out June 6th, you'll get a pale frost elk fawn pet. And for DDO, the only comment I have is that the DDO Chronicle, there's not going to be a new one until the new DDO.com is up and running. And then the last thing in game we play news, Ark, the Excellent Adventure 7 comes out April 11th and runs
Yes.
through the 25th.
Yes.
And you will have bunny dodos and bunny oviraptors. And the event rates vary depending on the type of servers you have, and I listed them here in the show notes. So which type of server do you guys have?
I don't know. What do you mean?
I don't
Which
know.
type?
That's
Yeah,
why I wrote
It's
them
my
here.
server. Let's see.
What
Hold
types
on.
are there?
Official, small, Archpocalypse, and classic.
It's not an official.
No, I forget
Maybe
Try classic.
classic.
that means you're gonna get 6 times XP, 6 times harvesting, 6 times saving, and 5 times breeding
Cool.
Okay.
XP. So you guys should get a lot starting on the 11th. So that means I'm not gonna see Myth or Lessa for 14 days starting on the 11th.
That's very possible.
We will have a show.
Yeah.
But
This is one of the events, really, where you see those little dodo bunnies running around. You can pick them up with your bird or whatever, fly them back to the safety of your hideout, hangout, cave, and then just follow them around and pick up eggs. We're going to get so many good candies and colored candies and chibis
So on
and
the
everything.
16th, we're gonna have a show. That'll be in the middle of the event. So maybe you guys will stream you guys doing your stuff on the 16th.
It's not
I won't be
It's
there.
not that exciting. Just letting you know. It's not that exciting.
I'll be
Just,
tired
it's
because I'm
just us.
traveling that day. We're gonna have a show, but
oh,
I've just gotten back from travel.
I know something hot and heavy that we can do in Ark. Myth is not going to like it. Well, really two things. I can give her a choice between two things. You ready, Myth?
I'm ready.
Okay.
What?
Number one, we adopt a colorful Uranus. Choice two. Wait, I'm not done yet. Choice two, we go ahead and adopt a colorful Deodon because we're going to need them eventually and we can cryopod them.
2.
No, option two? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, the Uranus is going to be difficult. That's spicy, spicy, spicy.
Well, that and the Deodon is going to be useful.
Yeah,
so.
the Deodon will actually do something. I think the Uranus gives us some kind of buff, but you have to be riding it, I think, to make him
I don't know right.
do that. Yeah, I don't want to ride a Uranus either because they're friggin' weird.
Okay, stop saying that word.
Sorry.
All right, we're going to go on to the question of the show.
Oh boy.
When there are too many changes and updates to a game, there's one thing that might screw up what you thought was the most satisfying part of your game.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes away, if your build is ruined, or an aspect of play you were enjoying is suddenly gone, do you quit?
How many times in the DDO forums have you read a goodbye post because the poster claimed that the devs ruined
Many.
their build? Many. They're like,
I know
oh, I'm
people who
out of
have
here.
quit.
My build is ruined. Everything, my whole game is just ruined. I'm not quite at that point, but my confidence in one of my favorite games has been shaken. There's a reason why I'm broadcasting the show from 7 Days to Die today, because
So, are you
Alpha-
going on a rant?
I have a bit.
All right.
I did my Horde Night, and before you started around, I thought I would just go ahead
Good
and.
night,
Go for it.
Draggerty.
So, it was day 7 Horde Night, so I had nothing as far as I had some of those pipe things,
Mm-hmm.
and so I went in, I made some arrows really quickly, got up on top of this bar that was down the street from my house, had blocked off this hole in the ceiling so that they couldn't come up through the inside, knocked out most of a ladder, top part of it and the bottom part of it, and was watching TV, so my headphones were off, and Horde Night started, and there was just like a couple of zombies down below me, and I was just walking around trying to get where I could get a bead on them, but it was like really calm, and I was like, what the heck? And the next thing I turn around, and there were zombies on the roof behind me.
So it sounds
Somehow
like they're
they got
spawning
up through the
around
hole.
you, yeah.
And so I was like, oh crap. And so I jumped off the roof and started running away. So I had this whole train of zombies chasing me, and I ran around in a circle for a little while. They're set to run. You know, you can set all these things. I could have had it, but they're not. They're set to run. So behind the bar there was a dumpster with like a little concrete block wall around it on 3 sides. And I jumped up on top of this wall, and so that gave me like half a minute to sort of get my act together, and before they caught up with me. And I spent all of Horde Night on that wall. They never got to me. They never got on top of the wall. They didn't tear the wall down. I managed to stand on that wall and kill zombies all of Horde Night.
Amazing.
That's crazy, right?
So they got
Mhm.
up onto your bar area, but not on top of that.
Right. I couldn't believe it.
Sounds like you got
All
lucky.
Horde Night.
All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about Alpha 20 in 7 Days to Die, and feel free to chime in with something that you think is positive or negative. I'm going to start with the things that I think are positive. The first day I logged into Alpha 20, and I thought, wow, these graphics, they look so much better, so much sharper. I love the way the grass looks, for example, the trees. I loved those little changes. When you're mining ore, you can see those little subtle sparks fly off of the iron. I love that. Zombies look even better, even more kind of decayed and a lot sharper than they used to. I love the chairs. You just really only need kind of one chair, and then you have the little rectangle in the corner where you can choose the different kinds of chairs that you can put down. And the office chairs, you can choose the color of the office chair, and one of the colors is pink. They did some really cool and creative things that I liked. I know that Myth doesn't care for the weapon changes, but the early game pipe weapons I thought were very interesting. You find those pretty fast early on. They're purposefully clunky and slow to reload, but something to shoot is better than nothing, I think. So I don't even mind that. Now we're going to get into the thing that might just break the whole game for me. Because everybody has their favorite way to play a game. In my 7 Days to Die game, I have a tendency that I don't range out very far in the beginning. I stick pretty close to home and within reasonable distance of a trader if I can help it. That's not even a selling point for me. I just kind of like to pick some good real estate and then build it up and then worry about all the rest later. And the reason that I am allowed to do that is because that I will do whatever I have to do to scrape together enough rotten flesh, dirt, and nitrite in the beginning to make about a dozen farm plots. And those dozen farm plots, they don't overdo it, but they will keep me alive for my early game so that I can concentrate on the things that make me happy, like building my perimeter, chopping wood, upgrading my home that I've chosen to live in. They have... God, I'm trying not to swear. The plants that you grow in 7 Days to Die now, they only come back to you 50% of the time. Well, 50% of the time is not a guarantee. I'm going to hit this coffee plant right here, right now. It just gave me a coffee seed. Thanks. Thanks a lot. There's no guarantee that I'm going to get that coffee seed back the next time. I'll give you an example. This happened to me whenever I scraped together 7 corn seeds. I planted them all because I knew that there was only going to be a 50% chance that I would get seeds back. Guess how many seeds I got back?
None.
Zero. I got 0 back. 0 seeds from 7 plants. Nothing. So I'm slowly farming myself into no farm plots at all. So let's say that you take living off the land level 2, which means that you can craft seeds like corn and potatoes when you have the actual vegetable in your hand. If I don't get the seed back, I can still really only make 1 more seed to replace that seed. That's if I have 5. You don't get 5 when you harvest. So the flaw in this design is that eventually you just run out of food. And I had Catamir, which is Mithery's husband, message me and go, "Oh, you need 20 farm plots of each seed." I'm like, you f***ing kidding me? I'm so sorry. This is day 12. I am a low-level freaking scrapper. I have a level 2 stone axe that I use on everything. You think I can make 20 fucking plants and plant 20 different things and different seeds? I don't even know where to begin. I would have to be at the very earliest mid-game and more likely late game, because when you're solo playing, every single point counts. I don't have a lot of points to just dump into the tree that it's going to take for the fortitude tree that it's going to take for living off the land level 3. That's bullshit. And even then, as far as I understand it, you still only have a 50% chance of getting those seeds back. They've Monsanto'd farming in 7 Days to Die. F*** these motherfuckers. Sorry, language, but f*** them. It pissed me off so badly that... And I'm starving. If you look at my screen, I'm in 7 Days to Die right now. If you look at my screen right now, I'm f***ing starving. Every day, I have to go and work for the trader and do some stupid for the trader so that I can eat. And I hate that. I almost never worked for the trader in my previous games, and even then it would just be sometimes if I wanted to do it as a side quest. I almost never relied on the trader daily to meet my needs, and I just feel so pigeonholed. Like I can't just hang out and do what I want to do. Not if I want to live anyway. So the thing I'm wrestling with now, because I really want to give this a chance, and I want to say, yeah, I really tried this, and farming sucks, and I'm out. Peace. I'm just gonna hang it up, and I'll come back whenever they make a tweak. And you know what would fix this? I'm gonna be totally honest. They can leave everything just the way it is, and raise that chance to 75%. I bet you that would change a lot and make things a lot better. Because right now, the way they are broken, and I don't like it. And it's breaking my heart. I have over 2,000 hours in this game, and I just feel gutted. Like
You
I
realize
don't
at
know.
75%, you're still going to get this.
Eventually I will. Eventually I will get to 0, but I will have a much better chance than at 50. I mean, it's like they want to keep me hungry and homeless
So
as
if you're
long as
spending all your time
possible.
farming, how
I
are you
don't
going
like
to
it.
upgrade your base?
I don't
So
spend
I
all my
wasn't paying.
time farming. I tend to the farm and I go and I chop wood and I go and gather materials and then I come back in the evening and dig and burn things up and kind of make the nest. And I'm super friggin' happy doing that. I don't like the way they make me range out and scavenge every single day. I will say that working for the trader every day has made me kind of rich. Let's see, I'll show you. I have about 6,000 dukes. I have plenty of ammunition, plenty of, I don't know, other stuff. But food is pretty scarce. So I end up having to go to the trader vending machine every single day. And then I have to pick up a healthy amount of, the trader has these digging quests. And there's, most of the time there's food in them, canned food and stuff. But it doesn't even matter. Even if I had like the ability to a couple of ranks into Master Chef where I could make better food. I don't have the raw materials, and I'm not growing anything. I'm not amassing anything, so it doesn't matter. I don't understand why they made this change, but I'm trying to give it a chance before I just say enough. I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you, and walk away. So let's
That's
see.
the thing. Why did they do it?
I don't
Why.
I don't get it. This is the hill I think I'm willing to die on. As far as I know, farming and cooking weren't that popular to begin with, and they were far from game breaking. And now the changes have made it 10 times as hard to do either of those things, so why should I even bother? Like, they're forcing me to play the game a certain way, and I don't like it. I don't like not having that freedom. So,
Can you
I
get a
don't know.
mod?
So here's the problem I have with mods. I'll get a mod, and then they'll come out with an update to the game, and that will completely break not only your mod, but your game. And
No,
then
I
you'll
was
have
just
to
thinking
start
of a
all
farming
over.
mod.
So I'm sure that a farming mod is coming, but again, as soon as an update comes out to the game, my mod will be broken, and so will my game, and I'll have to start all over, and I don't want to do that. I want to be able to play the game as it's laid out, as it comes. But this is bullshit, bruh. I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry because it is f***ing bullshit and it really pisses me off. Anyway, do you have any rant you want to go on about anything? Any changes to games?
Like that.
Not like that. Not at all. Not where you're like,
How about you, Nick?
you broke my
No.
build. My rogue doesn't work anymore.
No. I just go with the flow when they changed that.
That's right. DDO can do no wrong. It's your abusive husband that you'll never ever
I didn't
leave.
say they do no
What?
wrong, but I just go with the flow. How about you, Myth?
Gosh. Seems like I did have a complaint. Well, Conan's DLC is like way, 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 way too expensive. Sort of annoys me.
It is pretty expensive. I bought one
It makes her
DLC
sad.
and that DLC I love. But I think didn't you say that in Conan Exiles you have to buy DLC like in order to make bridges?
Yeah, there's one bridge that you can make without buying any extra stuff.
Oh.
And it's really ugly and tacky. And the thing is, you don't really get that much. Like, their DLC is all $9.99 except for one that's $19.99. And
You
I
ever
just
go on
think
sale?
that I haven't seen it go on sale yet. I just think that's a lot. And some of those things, there's only a couple of things in there. It's not like you get a lot of things for your $10. It just seems a little outrageous for me.
One bridge for $10, basically, is what I'm hearing.
Well, no,
One bridge for
the
free.
actual game
one
came
bridge for
with
free.
one bridge.
But if you want a bridge that doesn't suck,
Right.
If you want all the other bridges, they're $10.
good job, good rant.
That was right.
That was I'm not buying all those bridges.
I'm not buying all those bridges. I'm gonna burn those bridges.
I'm gonna swim across that creek and that.
All right, let's move into our 2 weeks in gaming, guys.
Well, before we start, have you guys tried the Halo TV series?
No, it's on Paramount Network, and I'm not paying for another streaming service. Forget it.
Well, I watched episode 1 and I kind of liked it.
Really?
It has nothing to do with it's Halo, but it doesn't go with the along with how the game is. They branched out. And then there's also an Uncharted movie. Remember that game we played? Myth?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. And then Melissa, what about bags going to Myth?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know if it would be a bad look or not if I just sent you a box that was full of bags. Like a box with nothing but bags in it. So, I thought it would be better if I went to my local Buc-ee's, because that's a Texas staple, and got you some Texas paraphernalia, such as brisket rub or something like that. And then I would have a box, and the bags are packing material at that point. And then I would send you that.
Cabana?
I can't mail Taco Cabana. Nobody does that.
Yes, you can. Yes, they do. People do that. They
People mail Taco.
food.
That's odd.
Yes. They do. Or Chewy's.
Really?
They do have next level good ranch dip and queso. Queso's really good too. Both of
Awesome
those
ranch
things.
dip.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's got jalapeno, and they have this thing that's called a Mexican martini. That's amazeballs. Next level good. Also has
fajitas are
jalapeno juice in it.
phenomenal.
Yeah, really, really highly recommend. But cannot send through the mail. So
They have a Chewy's in Indianapolis.
do they?
I looked it up just for you guys.
Did you?
At
If it's
Gen
not, if it is not downtown, it's not
It's
good.
a lift
We
away.
ain't going. No, that
You
means
get in a little
I have to
vehicle
get in
and-
somebody's car and drive away from the convention center. That's not happening.
Delivery, did you ever hear of it?
Yeah, I can do Uber Eats. Yeah, I can do Uber Eats or Grubhub
This
or
is
whatever.
not a plug for any one of those services, but yes, they do have delivery.
That I can do.
'Cause
That I
I
can
did
do.
it in
And then I can eat.
I did it in Franklin when I lived in Tennessee. They delivered to my apartment on more than one occasion. Because
Actually,
it's totally worth it, Myth.
I actually get Chewy's delivered quite often
There you go.
to my
See,
house.
Myth, guess what
So-
you're gonna have during Gen Con?
But fine. All right, I
She
will
has
figure it
never-
out. She's
Come on,
never had
she's never
Chewy's.
had Chewy.
Oh,
No.
it's so good. Got to get
When we talk
fajitas
about
for
it, she
two.
doesn't know what we're talking about.
Fajitas for two and queso, because they give
Don't-
you a big bag of chips anyway.
Don't forget the jalapeno
And then
ranch.
the jalapeno ranch dip. Order the larger
That sounds good.
size. It's so good.
Oh, Myth. You don't know how good it is.
It's so good. You could drink the stuff.
And don't forget the tortillas, so you can dip some
Corn.
of those in there too.
Corn tortillas, which they have.
Well, Myth could do the flour.
No,
She
we're
doesn't
doing
know.
corn. We're doing all corn. Sorry, but we are. That's that way they don't get mixed up. They basically taste the same. They use mesa flour. It's fine.
All right, 2 weeks in gaming.
2 weeks in gaming. We played Grounded. Me and Myth and Tyrannos played
Yeah.
Grounded. Yeah. They've changed a lot
So I
of
would play
things.
Grounded.
So, you know, the thing I noticed about Grounded is that they
Keep updating.
they keep updating, but they're like when you go to sleep, you're going to wake up 8 hours later and it might not
Yes,
be
you
light
are.
outside.
They do warn you.
So, like,
And-
you could wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning
Yep.
and there could be a wolf spider walking around
Yes.
waiting to eat your
Yeah.
face.
But luckily, they say it's going to be dark if you go to bed right now. When you wake up, it will be dark.
So, the thing
when
to do
Ben
is
and I
to
play, we're
make
like,
sure you're alone and then go to sleep at the right time.
yes. So where is your house for you and Tay and
We don't even have walls or anything. We just set up a
Yeah, we don't
temporary
have
little
walls.
camp next to the machine. And I
Okay.
wanted to try building on top of the baseball. I thought that would be cool.
It is cool on top of the baseball.
Yeah. I think we played Conan Exiles too, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure we have played Conan Exiles. We keep ranging out farther and farther to try to find different things and do different things, and we ended up accidentally doing a quest. We destroyed the Abysmal Remnant,
Mm-hmm.
and we left Myth's lion, tiger, whatever the hell it is, in the
Bear.
dungeon. Like, he was just in the dungeon. We couldn't
No.
see him on the map. So, moral of the story, don't just leave your animals in the dungeon.
Okay.
It's very dangerous.
All right.
Very, very. What else did you guys play?
DDO.
And Myth?
Saba Epic and Iconic TR, and now she's a bard.
Nice. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
A
And even though
storytelling bard.
Epic and Iconic TR, she is still at 52 Reaper points. She was at 52 Reaper points 2 weeks ago, and I have 613,266 more Reaper points, and I have not gained a Reaper point. That's how slow it's going to be on a Reaper. And my goal is to get to 75. So I can
Oh
get
my
my
God.
wings.
What are you gonna do with those wings?
Wear them, of course.
Fly away?
A little bell's gonna happen, you know, every time an angel gets her wings.
Oh, a bell's gonna go off. Right on. All right, you guys have anything else to add before I move on to housekeeping?
No.
All right, housekeeping. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. I already said it in the beginning. That's the Damsels game on YouTube. Our podcast is at Buzzsprout. When is next time? Apparently it's
April
March,
16th.
April 16th. Thanks to everyone who joined us for the live show. And I don't think we're playing anything tonight because we played Destiny 2. I'm already pretty tired. But until then, you could email us. I'm not anybody. I'm nobody. I'm the Damsels. The Damsels game at gmail.com. I'm at Lessa. Twitter, Mythery's at Mythery1, and Sabajade is at Sabajade. It's too bad we didn't get any email. I'd love to be told how wrong I am. So, please do. Feel free to email us at thedamselsgame@gmail.com and do just that. I think that's it, Mythery.
Close window.
All right, thanks so much for joining us, guys.